Yeah, you want it? Yeah. Let's do it.
I feel like this is good.
Oh, okay, second. You ever been in here? It's like a tiny ass place.
I know. Sorry, I keep looking for you.
Yeah, I just did on the camera. That's okay? Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thanks for coming out to the Fringe. Please turn off your mobile devices before the show starts. Ringing, buzzing, texting, and taking photos distracts everyone in the theater. Thanks and enjoy the show.
Sorry, gonna keep your
This doesn't feel like the last one. No. I work with Bradon at all. You're doing honors in like Korea. It's working. Oh, it's not.
When you're anxious, you might experience a rapid heartbeat, sweating, nausea, dizziness, a tight chest, or numbness.
Good evening, class. Can I actually get some house lights up, please? Thank you. I'm thrilled to see that there are so many people auditing today, as we are going to be discussing a very important topic this evening, anxiety. Now, I'm sure we've all experienced anxiety to some degree. We've all been hesitant or trepidatious about something. That test you didn't study hard enough for. The moment when you were going to ask your crush out on a date. Or the time when your fly had been down for a while and you wondered how many people had noticed but hadn't said anything. Anxiety can be innocuous enough in many situations. It can even sometimes be helpful. It can help you to keep a level head and be wary of potential dangers when approaching an unfamiliar situation. But for some people, anxiety can start to spiral out of control. For some people, anxiety can devolve into a crippling mental disorder that causes even the simplest of tasks to become incredibly difficult to perform. But I didn't want this to be a mere lecture, so let's begin with our object lessons. This is your brain. Your brain is a powerful biological machine with trillions of neurons, each capable of firing off roughly 200 electrical impulses per second. Your brain is responsible for, well, everything you do. Whether it's unconscious things like breathing, or your heartbeat, or conscious things like going to the gym, or eating an entire box of donuts. Or skillfully coming up with reasons to avoid talking with people you really don't like.
Sorry, I'm gonna go deal with this thing that happened over there, away from you. But
in some capacity or another, your brain is working 24/7 from the moment it develops in your mother's womb until you pass away. Incredible, right? is your brain, then this is your brain on anxiety.
I'm sorry, but what is this supposed to...
Any questions?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I'm not sure, but I wanted to have a productive day today, so I figured now is as good a time as I need to get started.
It's our day off. You shouldn't have to get up early on a day off. Just stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I should be allowed to take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's so cozy here.
Exactly. It's like the blanket is a force field keeping out all my problems. No responsibilities can make it under here. No worries can make it under here. There's no housework to do.
I have so much housework to do.
No errands to
And I have so many errands to run.
No family dinner stock up for.
I almost forgot. I have to bake pies for the family gathering tonight.
What time is it?
It's 9 o'clock.
It's only 9. What are you so worried about? It'll take, what, like 2 hours to bake pies, 3 if you get fancy, and you have until 5. That's tons of time. Just relax and stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, you're right. There isn't that much to do, right? There isn't that much housework to do.
Just the dishes.
Yeah, that's all.
And the bathroom.
Right, that too.
And we should probably get the living room ready for company and mow the lawn.
Okay, so we have a decent amount of housework to do, but there isn't that much to pick up. So that should go pretty quick, right?
Well, we have to get ingredients. And we should probably get light bulbs because we've been putting that off for a while. Oh, and it was Auntie Bev's birthday recently. So we want to get her a card or a gift or something.
Oh, crap! I completely forgot this family gathering was also for my Auntie Bev's birthday. I haven't even decided what to get her yet. Okay, we should really get started with everything.
What time is it?
It's 10:30. Okay, we need to get out of bed now.
Just relax. Auntie Bev loves chocolate. We'll just get her some chocolate.
That's what we get her every year.
And the light bulb is mostly for the study. It's not like anybody else goes in there
But
anyway.
the pies, we need to pick up the ingredients and we have to bake them.
If push comes to shove, we can just buy pies. Who's going to tell the difference?
What if they see the boxes?
We'll put them in the outdoor recycling before anybody else gets here.
It's noon. We have to get up now.
Why? In bed, you're comfortable and you're safe and you're happy. As soon as you get up, you're going to be stressed. You are short on time. You have an overwhelming number of things to do.
Yeah, and that's all your fault. I wanted to get up and get started at like 8, but no, stay a little longer, you said. There isn't that much to do, you said.
No one wants to come anyway. Nobody wants to see you. The only reason they agreed to do this stupid thing at your house is because you never shut up about not having people over. They'd probably jump at the chance to switch to one of your cousin's houses. In fact, you'd be doing them all a favor if you didn't show up at all. You're boring, you're worthless, and not even your own family wants you, so you might as well just stay in bed.
Hi, Auntie Bev. I seem to be coming down with something, and I really don't want to make everyone else sick. I think it would probably be best if someone else were to host the family gathering. No, I'll probably just stay home and try to beat this bug. Yes, I'll see you all next time. Yes, I will get better soon. Oh, And happy birthday, by the way.
While my friend runs around in circles in response to her anxiety, fretting over things she can't get done, I respond to it by shutting down. I feel like I'm in a constant state of turmoil and exhaustion. I don't question my self-worth, my ability to process information is evident. I want to crawl into a safe zone, trying to keep myself distracted from the twisted concerns of my mind for anything, from TV to work or video games. Sometimes it feels like my anxiety is going to eat me alive.
I lie in bed with my brain racing a mile a minute. As someone with a tendency to worry and don't think things, this isn't unusual. My breathing quickens. I'm afraid you don't have and understand what's going on. And I feel scared, panicked, and alone. Maybe I'm going crazy.
Give it to God. My anxiety is the cause of so many of my regrets.
What are you doing? I just need a minute, okay? Well, I don't think I'm ready for this yet, you know? Well, this is a swell time for you to figure that out. Don't you think it's a bit too late for second thoughts? I don't know. I didn't think about it before. We never talked about it. It was okay, and it was okay, and it was okay, and then it wasn't. Okay. What are you talking about? I don't know. We were talking, and that was great, and then we started kissing, and that was fine, but then something changed in how we were kissing, and it wasn't fine anymore. Okay, but then why did you follow him into the bedroom? If it didn't feel right, why didn't you just say something right away? Because you told me not to. You told me not to worry about it. Everyone gets nervous before their first time, you said. You love him, don't you? Why wait?
Well, don't you?
What?
Don't you love him? Weren't the two of you just talking about how much you love each other the other day? Hasn't the topic of marriage even been thrown around once or twice?
I mean, yes. I love him, and maybe one day I would like to marry him.
Then what's the holdout?
Because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Isn't it supposed to feel right? You know, I always meant to wait until marriage or something. I don't know.
Oh, come on. I mean, yes, you're supposed to enjoy it, and yes, it's supposed to feel right. But the only reason it doesn't feel right is because of some traditional hang-ups you got from your parents or church or something. Nobody waits anymore. You're free of all that. You can do it whenever you want.
Okay, but if I can do it whenever I want, then why does it have to be right now? If I'm free, if I'm allowed to choose, can't I choose at the right moment as later? Am I not allowed to decide that I want to wait? If not until marriage, at least until, I don't know, later?
What is he going to think? How is he going to feel if you walk back in there and say, this doesn't feel right, huh? How would you feel if you decided to open your heart to show someone all of the love you had for them and their response was, this doesn't feel right? Do you want to break his heart? Do you want him to feel like the love of his life doesn't want him? Do you want to march back in there and say, hey, I know I always tell you I love you, but on second thought, I'm not ready to show you quite yet. That's essentially what you'd be doing. You might as well just kick him in the teeth while you're at it.
Wouldn't he understand? It's not that I don't love him. It's not that I don't want to. You know? I want it to be right. I want it to be perfect, the best possible time.
There's no such thing as the best possible time. In fact, there may not even be another time. What if this is it? What if this decision hurts him so much that he leaves? How much regret would you feel then? But by then, it'll be too late. The damage will be done. You will have lost your one chance.
It isn't right. I can't.
Sure you can. It's not that difficult. Nobody needs to know. Besides, wouldn't it be easier than waiting? Wouldn't it be easier than not knowing? If you just listen to me, I'll go away.
You always say that, and then you never actually do it.
Are you saying you don't trust me? I'm here trying to make sure you don't make any rash decisions, and you don't trust me.
You'll actually go away this time. You promise?
There's only one way to find out.
Let's wait.
Wait, what?
I think we should wait. Yeah, one thing just kind of led another, and I think that I might have gotten carried away.
But don't you?
Hey, look, trust me, I would love to, just, maybe this isn't quite the right moment, I love you. And plus, I kind of got the impression that maybe you wanted to wait, so let's just wait. Okay? Okay?
Anxiety isn't just worrying too much. Worry is often
I
about more
overanalyze
realistic
things
concerns and can at
constantly.
times be addressed with problem
Not only
solving.
concerned about
Anxiety, on the other hand, is rational and uncontrollable. It's a mental disorder, but it has physical
Some
causes. I don't even know why I'm anxious.
I know my thoughts are
Anxiety is like being stuck on pause while the world around you is stuck on fast forward.
Come in.
Hey, honey, I just came to tuck you in.
Dad, will you tell me a bedtime story?
Not tonight, kiddo.
Please? Please, 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 please.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a brave and brilliant child named Alex. And very early on in life, Alex became aware of monsters. She heard about all of the nasty things that the monsters were doing to the other kids, hiding in their closets or under their beds, making loud noises when the children were alone or in the dark, or even casting terrifying shadows on the walls during thunderstorms. Alex decided that something had to be done. So she took the fight to the monsters. She learned that their weaknesses were courage and light, so she would buy flashlights for the other children with her allowance money and teach them not to be afraid. Eventually, the monsters realized that they were going to have to do something about Alex. But she was too strong and too brave for them to fight her directly, so they watched her for weeks. They watched her from in her closet, from under her bed, even from the tall bushes on the way to school or her friends' houses. They watched her to try and find a weakness, some way they could overpower her. Then the monsters came up with a plan. You see, Alex loved her family very much. And even though most monsters are terrified of adults, babies are much easier targets. So the monsters decided if they waited until Alex was asleep and then snuck in and took her baby brother, she would have no choice but to follow them. Then they could trap her and go back to scaring all of the other children again. All of the monsters agreed this was a very good plan. So, after Alex had fallen asleep one night, one monster with yellowy green skin and one big, bulging, hairy eyeball in its armpit snuck in through Alex's closet and snatched her baby brother. The baby started to cry, which woke Alex up. But before she had a chance to grab her flashlight, the monster had gone back through the closet portal into the monster world. But Alex couldn't just let them take her brother. So she grabbed her flashlight, put on her superhero slippers, and went through the closet after them. But when she got to the other side, the monsters were waiting. They tied her up in peanut butter-covered ropes because they knew she was allergic. And then they started to celebrate. They had trapped her. They had trapped Alex. They started singing monstrous songs and dancing monstrous dances. And all the while, Alex just smiled, even as the peanut butter rope started giving her a rash. Because, you see, the monsters hadn't counted on something. They knew how brave Alex was, but they hadn't realized how smart she was. But obviously, Alex knows it is never a good idea to go through a closet portal into the monster world without a trace. So just before she left, she set an alarm to go off after 10 minutes, with a note underneath explaining where she had gone. Sure enough, in the middle of the monster celebration, Alex's dad came crashing through the portal. All of the monsters screamed and started running around, tripping over each other, trying to get away from the adult. Alex's dad went over to her, untied her, cleaned all of the peanut butter off, and then Alex took her baby brother, and the three of them went back through the portal into Alex's room, and the monsters were never seen again. And all because of the bravery of one little girl. Good night, my brave little girl.
Dad, is Mom gonna come say goodnight?
No, honey, Mommy's out.
Dad, did I make Mommy mad? She never comes to say goodnight anymore. And whenever I see her, she's angry. She yells at me sometimes. Did I do something wrong?
No, honey, you didn't do anything wrong. It isn't your fault, okay? Mommy has a problem. It's like in the story. You know how the monster always comes through the closet, right? Well, for some adults, there is a monster in certain kinds of drinks. And so when these adults drink these drinks, the monster kind of takes them over. So when you see Mommy yelling, or when she doesn't come to kiss you goodnight, it isn't Mommy, okay? It's the monster. It isn't your fault.
Well, why doesn't she just not have the monster drinks anymore?
Well, honey, at this point, the monster has taken Mommy over so many times that now there's a piece of it with her all the time. So she can't stop anymore. And I try to help. I try to get rid of all the drinks in the house, but she just goes and buys more. So I try to make it so she can't buy more, but she still finds a way. Now she's put us in the red. She's lost her job, her driver's license, and she still spends every night either stomping around home or walking around outside frantically searching for beer. It's like she cares more about the damn booze than she does about us. Oh, honey,
It's okay, Dad. It's not Mommy. It's just the monster. We just have to find out how to beat it.
I think we're running out of time to beat it.
We're running out of time.
Come in.
Hey, baby. Sorry I'm late. I got stuck late at work again, and then I had a few things to take care of, and traffic was a nightmare. What's with the hat?
Surprise. It's your birthday, so I figured I'd do what people normally do for their girlfriends on their birthday by throwing you a party. And I told you it was just going to be you and me because I wanted it to be a surprise, but when I was planning it, I did assume you'd be here just a bit before 11 o'clock, so eventually everyone just kind of left.
Baby, I'm so sorry. If I'd known, I would have... I thought it was just going to be...
You and me? That's what you're going to say, right? You thought it was just going to be you and me? Well, it's nice to know that if all your friends showed up, you would have put more of an effort into getting here. Or at least just called ahead to let us know when you're expecting to arrive. But you're right, if it's just you and me, who cares, right? No worries if I'm the only one sitting on the couch for hours waiting. No worries if it's only my calls going through into voicemail. No worries if it's only you wondering if you got into an accident, or maybe you just lost your phone, or maybe you just forgot about me.
I'm really sorry. It's just... Work was just...
Yeah, I know. Work was crazy. You had to deal with a bunch of things you forgot about. Traffic was crazy, etc., etc., etc. It's always the same things, Alex. This may sound sarcastic because of the way I'm feeling right now, but it's a genuine question. Do you even want to be with me?
Of course I do.
Do you? Because it's really starting to feel like you don't. I'm always at the bottom of your priority list. It's like whatever else you do throughout your day gets your best, and I get whatever's left over. Look, I know life is hard. I know it's tough to balance a job, hobbies, a boyfriend, and all the myriad other things that require your time. I know because it's hard for me too. And I don't expect to get your best every time, but it would be nice if every once in a while I got the impression that I'm as important to you as you are to me. Look, Alex, I love you. You're one of the most wonderful people I've ever met. You're kind, you're funny, you're brave. And you often seem to understand me better than anyone else I know. It's just... It's like you never have time for me anymore.
I know, and I'm so sorry. It just feels like I'm constantly running out of time for everything. But James, I do love you, and you are important to me. You're the greatest thing that has ever happened to me.
Look, I want to believe you. Put yourself in my shoes for a minute. How would you feel if I showed up more than a half an hour late for almost every date? How would you feel if I went a day or two without responding to your texts or calls? And I know you're stressed, and I know you have bad days, but you make time for work, and you make time for family. It's like you only make time for those who demand it. And I'm not going to demand your time, Alex. I could, but I won't. I won't demand it because I want to share your time, not possess it. I want you to want to spend time with me. I don't want you to feel obligated to.
But I do want to spend time with you. I want to spend all of my time with
Well,
you.
I've been here all night! Look, I'm tired and I'm upset. I'm going to go for a walk to clear my head. Feel free to chill here for a little bit if you want. Just lock the door and leave, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Think about what I said, okay? I love you.
I want to spend all my time with you, but I never have enough time to spend. I never have enough time.
Bum, bum, bum. Another one bites dust. Bum, bum, bum. Another one bites dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Well, that went well.
Please just shut up. He didn't dump me. I can still fix this.
He didn't dump you yet. How long do you think it'll take, Alex? A week? A month? Eventually you'll break him. Just like you broke all the others.
No! He's different than the others. No other relationship has lasted this long. No one else has been as understanding. This is not going to end the same way.
I'm sorry, maybe I was listening to a different conversation than you were. Didn't he say that he feels like you never have enough time for him anymore? Isn't that more or less what every boyfriend has ever said right before they walk out the door? He literally just walked out the door, Alex!
But he still said he loves me.
Oh, look, Alex, you've been racing against time ever since you were a kid. You should know by now, it's a race you can't win. Every relationship, every dream, every job you've ever had, you've lost them all. You've never been able to keep up. It's not your fault, really. You just suck. You are just terrible at life. Maybe it's because of your childhood, or maybe it's because no one ever took the time to help you learn how to cope. Or maybe, just maybe, you're simply a cosmic error. Maybe God, or the universe, or whatever, forgot about that one crucial piece that was needed to make you fully functional. But don't worry. There is a solution.
I think we're running out of time to beat it.
It's like you never have time for me anymore.
A race against time is a race you can't win.
There's never enough time.
We're running out of time.
You never have time.
You can't win against time.
There's never enough time.
We're out of time.
You never have time.
You're losing time.
There's never enough
Time.
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 Stop!
I wish I could put my life on pause. button on my remote that would give me the chance to collect up all my thoughts, because my mind is as cluttered as my bedroom floor. Ever since anxiety moved in and wrote its name across the door, I find I have an abundance of things I never wanted more of. My drawers are overflowing with worries, and no matter how much I hurry, I keep stacking boxes on boxes full of all the things I wanted to do that never got done. All the battles I wanted to fight, but I was too scared I wouldn't have won. As the sun rises, I get this brief glimpse of hope that today something will change. That today I will find some way to bring a reason to my rhymes, but before I've barely begun, the sun sets and I am reminded of the one thing I can never get enough of. Time. Stop! Some people say that time is money, as if the value of your minutes is directly proportional to the amount of dollars your bank vault contains within it. But they see life as a competition and they're desperate to win. The problem being you only get one spin. So what happens when the game is over and it's time for you to cash your chips in and you find that all your $100 bills were 100% a waste of your time? Stop! Some refer to time as the great equalizer. But it should come as no surprise when you give it a bit of thought that our time isn't equal. It's not. An enslaved hour is not equivalent to an hour spent free. And don't try to tell me that 1 minute at war is the same as 1 minute of peace. I know we're each given the same 24 hours. But some days the only goal I can reach, even with all of my power, is simply to get out of bed. But don't tell me that isn't a victory, because the fact that I am standing on my own 2 feet means that today I haven't been beaten. It means that I am standing on limbs made out of fire and lead with 10,000 volts frying the inside of my head. It means that I am present, I'm open and beaming in spite of every voice screaming, "You'd be better off dead. Stop!" It seems to me that time must be what the Bible talks about when it says that to the one who has, much more will be given. But to the one who doesn't have, even what they have will be taken away. Because I can't even fathom the time one would require to enjoy doing nothing, let alone having nothing to do. My calendar looks like a novel when seen from a bird's eye view. See, I try to stop as little as it's possible to. Because on the bad days, I never know if I'll get started again. And I want to take the good days for all that they're worth, so that by the time I find my body buried in dirt, someone will have stood next to my coffin and reminded my children that I made my time work. That in spite of all challenges, in spite of all doubts, I faced all my demons and I laid them all out. Stop! That's where I'm headed. Stick around and you'll see. One day I'll get there. One day I'll be free of these shackles that trap me so I cannot connect. That flood my synapses wherever they intersect. They seal me inside and light both ends of the candle, and they trigger more nerves than I think I can handle. Some people see anxiety as a death sentence. And time is the ever-tightening noose around their neck. And while I empathize deeply with that, that thought is one guest I will not entertain. Regardless of my internal terror and pain, I will not place an extra guard on the gallows, surrounded by friends who are there to help pull. I don't care if inevitability is valid. I'm not saying it's untrue, it's just simply unhelpful. So I keep waking up. With my heart and my toes, I keep fighting a battle I never chose. I keep stubbornly tugging at this cast iron fetter, driven by hope that my days will get better. I keep searching for a button that will put my life on pause, because the only button I can see is stop.
pain in my chest, the tightness of my breath, and sometimes the dog bites and fire in my veins. So it wouldn't seem to be stressed.
You can have anxiety, or you can feel loved. Not both.
Good enough? Great. My first night out in 5 years, and I'm good enough. Over there, look. Someone noticed you, and he's coming this way. And he's cute too. Shut up!
Hey, what's got you all the way over here? Don't you want to hit up the dance floor?
No, it's just dancing isn't really my thing.
Oh, no, so, drowning in a mosh pit full of sweaty people to skull-splitting club music isn't really your thing?
No, not really. I don't remember it being this loud. Then again, it has been a while since I've been to a place like this. What are you doing? You're not supposed to admit that you're rusty.
Wow, so you two, huh?
No. Remember, we talked about this. Stay strong. Aloof. Play hard to get. You sit down too early and you'll look too eager. Okay?
You too, huh?
Look at that. You've already put him off. You've got talent. What did I do wrong?
What did you do wrong? You come out looking like a mess. You barely look anybody in the eye, and the first thing that you want to share about yourself is that you're out of practice. You would need a miracle at this point.
So what do you do? You first.
No, you, I insist.
Well, I'm actually an artist.
Oh, cool. I always wished I was more creative. Maybe it would make me less boring. Ha So, what kind of artist are you? Visual, performative?
Well, I'm a writer. Or at least I'm trying to be. You know, sometimes it feels like I have a secret identity, you know, waiter by day, writer by night!
You're botching this so bad right now.
You know what you need? A drink. You are not nearly buzzed enough for this conversation.
Would you like a drink? Well, another drink, because I can already see you have one drink.
Sure. Thank you. Help me.
You are beyond help. I don't know why we thought this was a good idea. I don't know why we came here. Clearly, you were not ready for this. 5 years just wasn't long enough.
My breakup was just too hard. I don't understand what's so wrong with me. Everybody else around me seems to be able to find the one. Do I not deserve to be happy? Am I really that undesirable?
Hey, Warren!
Oh my god.
Way over on the side, right? Right where I left you, so... Sorry. I think I might have a little too many shots. I'll get you that one.
No, thanks. I think I'm just gonna head home right away, so don't worry about it.
What? Home? I was just getting good.
Maybe for some people.
Oh, wait.
I'm just not ready for this. I have to go.
Wait, please don't, come on, Luke, don't go. Is she cousin drunk? Look, I know I'm scared. I'm scared too. I've never even been on a date before. I guess I got too caught up in my writing, but it didn't hit me until a few months ago that I might actually end up being alone. So I thought, why not give it a try? Bars are where you're supposed to meet people, right? So I go to a few places anyway. No one even gives me the time of day. And then I wind up here, and then I see the cutest person of all sitting up on the side by themselves. I figured I had nothing to lose. I thought you'd be like all the others and just blow me off. But then when you're actually talking to me, I realize I don't know what to say. I can write romantic characters and dialogue all day long, but I don't know how to say any of it to a real person. Alcohol's supposed to make you brave, right? Seemed worth a shot. Shot. Look, I'm so sorry I ruined your night. I would really love to get to know you a little bit better. You seem really interesting. And cute, I mentioned you're cute. I don't feel good.
Hey! Hey! You all right? Yeah. All right, let's get it. And there we go. There's a cab to take you home?
I'm not sure if you'll remember me by the time you read this, so here goes nothing. You said I was scared, and you were right. So here's my attempt at being brave. I found you interesting too, and cute. At least before you got hammered. But I can sort of understand why you did that. Maybe we can try this again, but over coffee next time. Here's my phone number.
I feel like I should be able to control what's going on in my own brain, but I can't. Sometimes I don't even know why I'm anxious. This can be especially confusing to people close to me, because they want to understand it, but I can't explain something I don't fully comprehend myself.
In times that come to take a stand, I fall again to memories of my past. To this, of course, I raise my hands and promise myself to finally change at last. But with change to me comes dread and fear, and must realize I am at a loss. It is a pain that only time can heal, but to feel it takes no time at all. Then I fall, fearing I will never come back from this track of destruction I weave, and breaking my own hopes and dreams seem like all I can achieve. There is a fear in me that dwells among the deepest corners of my heart. It fits so perfectly within my soul and willingly plays its part, and breaks me through and through in such relentless fashion. There must be no measure in which to weather the storm in me. However, I can see that what hope remains, there can be change. And it is this clinging to hope that keeps my spirit returning. When I return, it seems to bring me back to only the hopelessness I reap. In this I feel a great internal sting, for I know it's hopelessness I keep. For it is one without any reason, no matter the season, it still takes me. I cannot win when the sin takes me in again and again with all its might, yet in spite I choose to prevail, even as I fail, for the hope is less in me, and this I see it being more in you, and in all you do, that I may be free.
Hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in what feels like ages.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. What have you been up to?
Talk about a long story. So much has been happening. I started a new job a couple of months back. It's a supervisory position, which does have its challenges, but I love it. Really makes me feel like I'm climbing the ladder, you know? Anyway, I also just moved into this new place. It isn't a house just yet, but it's got a lot more space than that cramped studio apartment I used to be in. Now I can actually entertain people, you know? Oh, and speaking of entertaining people, I'm seeing somebody now. Ugh, I've been single for so long, I was beginning to wonder if I would ever find somebody, but so far we're really happy together. Who knows, maybe marriage isn't even too far down the road, huh? But enough about me, what about you?
Me?
What are you gonna say? You gonna confess you haven't done anything in 10 years? Tell her how you're still hopping from dead-end job to dead-end job, still living in the same dump, still single and ready to mingle, rolling with the same two friends you had since high school? You're supposed to be further in life by now. What happened to your dreams? Why can't you seem to get a promotion? Why is it that friends of yours are talking about marriage and buying a house, and you're pushing 30 and still struggling to eat some days? Failure.
Me? Oh, well, you know, same old, same old. Nothing interesting ever happens to me.
You're so funny. You've always been funny. You don't talk much, but the things you say when you do. Oh, hey, remember how I said I have room to entertain now? I'm having a party this weekend. Oh, you have to come. There are going to be all kinds of people there. Maybe you'll even meet someone.
I'm not so sure.
I'll see you there.
Sneak attack! Hey, what you doing? You always look so bored when I see you these days. Mom and Dad say it's because you don't have a girlfriend. Is that why? What's so good about a girlfriend anyway? You have me for a sister. That should make you happy.
That does make me happy. Sometimes.
Yeah, whatever. Look, Mom and Dad are always talking about how you never come over anymore. Mom says she feels like you've abandoned us.
What does Dad say?
Well, Dad says you're a grown man who can make his own decisions. But then sometimes he says you're a fragile little flower who doesn't want to be seen with his parents.
And what about you? How do you feel about me moving out?
I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I miss you sometimes. There's no one to play with anymore.
Or what about Mom and Dad?
Mom and Dad are old. They can't play anymore. They'll break a hip or something.
Anyway, I gotta go. Come over sometimes, okay?
Are you serious? What kind of a schmuck can't even find time for their own family? Everybody's got problems with their parents. You don't see other sisters having a joke with their brother in the middle of the street just to spend a few minutes with him? What is wrong with you? You can't even bring yourself to sit down for dinner with your own parents. Some people don't have both their parents in their life. Yet, even if they don't always show it properly, you have two parents who care about you. And you have a sister who thinks the world of you. Yet, you just piss away your time trying to find whatever excuse you can not to go home. Pathetic.
Hey, you. How's it going?
Fine. I'm fine.
Really? You can talk to me, you know.
Can you, though? Can you talk to her? Oh, is there someone you can actually be open and honest with? I doubt it.
Actually, things are pretty rough at the moment. But it's frustrating because when things get rough, I can never tell if it's my fault or not. I can never tell if I'm messing everything up or if I'm just unlucky, you know? So some days I'm scared that I'll live out my days poor and alone and I'll never know if maybe I could have done something different to change that.
I get that. I think being alone is the thing that scares me more than anything else. Not actually being alone, but that alone feeling you get even when you're around other people. When there are friends and family everywhere you look, but it still feels like you're separated from all of them.
Yeah, I get that feeling a lot, actually. I think you're the first other person I know who's felt that way also, though. It makes me feel, well, less alone, I guess. And that's weird, isn't it? Knowing someone else feels alone makes me feel less alone.
I never feel alone when I'm with you, though. I would spend all my time with you if I could. I'm sorry, that came out a little bit creepy. What I mean to say is that I like you. A lot. I want to be with you, and, well, I was wondering if maybe you wanted to be with me too.
Well, the lady asked you a question? Look at you. I mean, the kind of relationship you've always wanted. The one thing in life you concern yourself with more than anything else is being held out to you on a silver platter. Why can't you just take it?
Because she deserves better! Not worthy of someone like her. I have nothing to offer to someone as intelligent and creative and funny and as beautiful as her.
Oh, well, clearly she would disagree. I mean, come on! How weak are you? You're so caught in the grip of depression and self-loathing that even when your crush of 5 years tells you she wants to be with you, all you can think is, I'm unworthy! I'm unworthy! Just be happy! I mean, how hard could it possibly be just to be happy? You see other people all the time be able to flick a switch and see everything optimistically, yet even when you're offered what you're always wanted, you're still all dreary and mopey. Suck it up. Tell her how you feel. Take the happiness you're offered, or else you know what? You won't be worthy.
You know what, I need some time to process, okay? There's a lot going on inside my head right now. I'm not really sure how I feel.
Okay, well, you know where to find me.
You never come to church anymore.
want kids one day, but you can barely take care of yourself.
You should really clean yourself up. Looking kind of scraggly these days.
All this time and you're still living paycheck to paycheck.
Hey, could you lend me a couple $100? I don't have rent for this month.
Why can't you just get your life in order?
Round number 2. I have fallen again because of this endless cycle of shame, known by no other name but my own, where my failure is my own claim to fame. Can there be no hope to this reckless pattern that is seemingly without an end? Might I perhaps extend a moment's peace and calm the storm that rages within? If I can be by any degree a man who is better than me, that might bring my penance. For no one can know how this sin may grow until it becomes your life sentence. While even though my head remains clear, it's my heart that has grown so numb. And in saying this, I am being sincere. At some moments, I don't care what I become. Anticipating a future of imbalance and strife puts me in a state of mass panic, but it's this hysterical manic that compels me to escape its hold on me. As this storm swirls me around and around, for better or for worse, and repeat, I still always look for an unbroken hope of which to keep me on my feet. Indeed, this hope I do find even throughout my ongoing better and my worse. It's what keeps me returning, after all, and what drives me to speak this verse. To get off the crazy cycle back and forth would be all too fine an end. At last, break the wrath that comes with a sinner's path and finally feel complete.
Anxiety might be a weakness, but I am not weak because of it.
Gonna get this.
Oh, hey, how about this? All I am is what you think about me. If somebody said it, then that makes it true. My value is defined by the image inside your mind. I'm just a nobody with no identity. Catchy, right?
Well, it's not exactly what I was going for, but sounds about right.
All right. So you're here. I am also here. Now all we need is beers, babes, and board games, and we've got ourselves a party. Someone looks like a Debbie Downer. Why the long face, my dude?
Oh, nothing. I'm just ran into some writer's block, that's all.
We're writing a song. I have interrupted the flow of creative juices. Please continue. You won't know I'm here.
No. I'm definitely done for now. I've been trying to write a song for a while now, and everything that comes to mind sucks.
Well, let's hear what you've got so far.
what you think about me. If somebody said it, then that makes it true. My value is defined by the image inside your mind. I'm just a nobody with no identity.
That's catchy. Who's that about, though? Me. Oh. Seriously? I'm just a nobody with no identity? That's about you?
Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to write a song about identity and I've come up with nothing. So, yeah, it seems to hit the nail right on the head.
Okay. Look, Ty, obviously you're in a dark place right now. You're struggling with something that you love, and that usually comes easy, but you can't honestly believe that that makes you a nobody.
Why not? I mean, what evidence do you have on the contrary? I mean, I always feel so alone. I mean, when I'm with my best friend, I feel disconnected somehow. I mean, that's the whole reason I started making music. I would listen to music, and the songs would connect with this deep part of my soul, and I feel like I understood the writer. And suddenly they mattered to me as a person. So then I thought if I could write a song that would connect with someone else, then maybe I would matter to them. Then maybe I would matter. I just keep hitting this wall. I write a handful of junk lyrics that won't connect with anyone else. And then my brain starts to spiral downwards with all these thoughts about failure, about rejection. Then I stopped writing for a while. I just do nothing. At least when I do nothing, I can shut my brain off. I can be free of all these eventualities, these arbitrary conjectures. I'm just tired. You know? I'm tired of fighting my own mind, trying to make a difference in my life. Trying to make a difference in someone else's life. I mean, maybe I should just give up.
Just give up.
Okay. I'm here, aren't I?
What?
You said that you feel alone, that you feel disconnected, but I'm here. And I don't mean that as a shot, okay? I'm not hurt or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that, you know, sometimes what your feelings tell you to be true isn't actually the truth. You are not alone. I'm right here. And if you need me to be here more, then you just say so. Okay? Second, I agree with what you said about music, about feeling connected to a writer. I think when somebody bears their soul over music, it's impossible not to feel connected to them. But you, the writer, you're not always going to know that, right? You're not always going to know how the audience feels. But you forget that I've seen you perform. I've seen how the audience reacts to you. I've seen them laughing. I've seen them crying. And even you must have been able to hear them cheering. So what if it was 20 people? That is 20 people who walked away feeling connected to you the way that you feel connected to those artists that you listen to.
But what if I fail? What if I put everything I have into this and I still fail? What if 20 is the biggest house I ever played to? What if my music never makes it outside of this town? What if I just fade away into obscurity?
Okay, but does that mean that you failed? If your goal is to connect with people, to speak to the depths of their souls, then wouldn't doing that for 20 people be a success? Wouldn't doing that for one person be a success?
But how do you know? How do you know that my music is connected with even one person?
Because it's connected with
not people think about me. Just because you say it doesn't make it true. I will not be defined by the image inside your mind. I am loved and free, that's my identity.
There. That's better.
I am not what people think about me. Just because you say it doesn't make it true. I will not be defined by the image inside your mind. I am loved and free, that's my identity.
Kitty!